Hey friend, what do you say we problem solve that hamstring? Yeah, time to get working on it. Now, you would think that we just go right into a bunch of hamstring stuff, but instead we're actually going to work on some of the other areas of the body that may be actually hindering how you fold to get into a hamstring stretch. So we're actually going to start off with your hip flexors. You're going to lay on your back. Bring one leg up and hold that hamstring behind with your other hand. You can bend your leg, it doesn't matter. You just want to have this leg up enough so that your spine lands on the ground. You'll notice if my legs are down, I can put my hands under my back, but if I bring this leg up, my pelvis tilts and my back lands on the floor. You want to keep that contact with the floor, and you're going to use this leg to do it. So resist with that leg into your hand. It's my left leg and my left hand. And then take your other hand and put it right over your leg here, just a couple inches down from where your hip crease is. From here, I'm going to pull my right leg up towards my body, adding a little bit of resistance with my right hand. Notice I'm just using my fingertips. It doesn't have to be a ton of resistance. Keep resisting with both legs. My left leg is scissoring down this way. My right leg is trying to stay in close. And I'm going to use my right arm to push my leg as far as it feels comfortable going. My back needs to stay on the ground. If you notice that your pelvis starts to tilt and your back comes off the ground, you've gone too far. Kick in for strength and push open for your stretch just until your back starts to tilt, and then you come right back in. I'm keeping both legs active, so if I slipped, if my hands were removed, my legs would switch sides. So you're pushing in for strength, and you're opening up for your stretch. You'll want to do about 6 to 10 repetitions of this stretch, just in the range that feels good to you. Find the speed that works for you, and find the amount of resistance that works for you. If you start to get tired, that's enough. You don't have to do 10. It's okay. Listen to your body and do what it's telling you it wants to do. Let's go for one more. If you want to do more, it's fine. Go for it. Then bring your right leg up. Grab that one with your right hand, and you're going to resist like you're trying to push your right leg away from your body. Your left leg is going to reach out, put your left hand on top of your thigh just a few inches below your hip crease, and then bend your left leg in towards your body while you push with your right leg into your hand. Continue resisting both ways, and you're going to push your left leg down as far as it's willing to go, and then pull in for your stretch. And you just go back and forth. So I'm moving constantly and resisting constantly. And I'm also taking note of any pain or uncomfortable feelings that I have in my body. If you feel pain, stop right away. There's no reason to do this if you feel pain. If there's a smaller range that you need to work in, where you feel really comfortable, like even if it's this much, that's okay too. Just work in the range that feels safe to you. If you don't want to take your leg all the way to the floor, that's okay. If you want to go deeper and pull both legs apart, that's okay, as long as you can still resist. You find what works the best for you. And one more. And again, if you want to do more than that, that's okay. If you want to do less, totally fine. The next stretch we're going to do is for your inner thighs. For this one, you're going to bring your legs up so that your feet are facing towards the ceiling, and grab your knees with both hands on the middle. I'll turn sideways so you can see what this looks like. So I've got my hands on the inside here grabbing my knees. My thumbs are pointed down, my palms are out, but you could also go this way if you want. I'm going to push my legs together and then use my arms to pry them open. And you just go as far as you feel comfortable, pushing in for strength and pulling open for your stretch. If you need to bend your knees, it's totally fine. It's normal to shake in this stretch, so don't be surprised. You should feel your inner thighs in this stretch. So as you're coming in, the inner thighs are shortening, they're strength training. As you come out, you're stretching, and the stretch should be right through here. If at any point during the stretch your arms slipped, they would fly down and your legs would fly together. So you're pushing in for strength and you're opening up for your stretch. And let's do one more. Kicking in for strength, opening up for stretch, and then we'll push in one more time just to finish it up. We're going to work on some muscles for the back of your shoulders. Sometimes that can affect what's happening in your lower body too. So I want you to bring your hands together so that your fingers are interlocked. I'm sitting on my knees, but you don't have to sit on your knees. You can stand up, you can kneel, you can do whatever you want. It's up to you. Whatever's happening waist down is your own thing. Grab your hands together. Bring your thumbs just over the crown of your head, so your thumbs are hovering about an inch above your head. And then you're going to squeeze your elbows together like you're trying to pop a balloon between your arms. So I squeeze my elbows, and then I use my arms to open back up. And I squeeze, and my arms are opening. It's like the balloon's trying to blow up, and then I'm trying to pop a balloon. And you just go back and forth. You should feel the back of your shoulders. Right through your rotator cuff, maybe behind your shoulder blades. And you just go back and forth. You don't have to close your elbows all the way. You could go this far and open up this far. Just do what feels good to you. If your hands start to come down, if you just notice that you're way down here, bring them back up. Keep your hands hovering right over your head when you do the stretch. And let's get one more in. And then we're going to go back to our hamstring stretch. I'm going to use a rope for this one, mainly because I know that you're problem solving, right? So let's see if we can get a little bit of a deeper stretch using a rope. If you don't have a rope, that's okay, but you could use a yoga strap, you could use a belt, you could use a towel. I mean, there's a lot of options. I'm going to wrap it around my foot, then take the rope and wrap it around my hands a few times. I'm going to kick my heel down towards my glutes and really tightening up my hamstring in the back here. So I'm trying to kick down and trying to hold my leg in that place. So like if I try to pry it up, it's like I don't want to go. Just keep it right there. Then I'm going to pull the rope over my head. So look at my arms. They're actually pulling up over my head, and then I kick down for strength. Just go as far as your body wants to go. You may notice that this feels a little different than it did before in the last video. You may notice that you can get a little further, maybe feel the stretch a little deeper. What you should feel in this one is a stretch right down the back of your hamstring right here. You want to resist down with your heel, so you're kicking down with your heel the whole time, and your arm is trying to pull up over your head. So your heel's kicking down this way, your arms are pulling up this way. Always resisting and always moving. You just go with the distance that feels good to you. You may notice that every time you go up, you get a little bit further, or maybe not. Maybe it just feels like a better stretch. That's all you need. Let's try the other side too. So you kick down with your heel, your arms are going to fight the entire time, and you're pulling up for stretch. Kicking down for strength, and pulling up for your stretch. And you just go back and forth again the same way, kicking down for strength, pulling up for stretch. What you should notice is a stretch down the back of your hamstring here, and up. You can do as many or as few of these as you feel like doing, just until you feel like you've made the progress that you feel comfortable with today. Do as much as you want. Great job. So you just problem solve your hamstrings. So now if you want to go back to the previous video that you were working on, you can, or you can move on to other things. Good job, hamstrings. Did your job. Now, if you did not feel a change in your hamstrings, if you're still in pain, if you're still not feeling that stretch, if there's still something that just doesn't quite feel right, just go to my website. You'll see the link below, scroll to the bottom, and fill out the contact form. Let me know that you're looking for an online session, and we can start that conversation. All right? Good luck, guys. See you next time.